Good morning, everybody. It is Cheyenne from Mom and Me and Disney. We are at Pop Century right now, and you're gonna come spend the morning with me. I'm gonna plan to rope drop Hollywood Studios for early theme park entry for resort guests. But I'm gonna head to Everything Pop shopping and dining and grab something to eat before we head to the Skyliner. So you'll come fly with me on the Skyliner, and we will have a great morning together. So let's go along. Alright, I just finished breakfast. We're heading to the Skyliner. Something I recommend if you plan on rope dropping at your Art of Animation or Pop Century is to get to the Skyliner before it opens. That means you will have ample time to get to the park, get there early enough, and beat some of the crowds, because that is one thing that is kind of known with the Skyliner in the morning, is that it's going to have a lot of crowds. So trying to beat them a little bit is going to be very beneficial, because if you're at Pop Century or Art of Animation, you're going to have to transfer at the Skyliner station at Caribbean Beach to then get to Epcot and or Hollywood Studios. So I already see a line forming. There's a little bit of a longer line, but it looks like they're already starting. Yeah, they started the thing a little early. It is about 7:20, and I don't think the Skyliner station was supposed to actually start loading until 7:30. So it looks like they opened a little early this morning, but let's go for a flight. Hollywood Studios. It took around 25 minutes by the time I got off from when I got in line to getting to the park. So we're gonna scan in. I am not going to go to Rise. Now that might be a very unpopular opinion. I am not the biggest Star Wars fan. I leave that to my dad. So I am actually going to try and rope drop Slinky. So rope dropping Slinky is a Toy Story Land. It's a very cute little kids coaster for for everyone in the family. It's very cute. And if Slinky, if for some reason is down, I am going to try and go to Tower. Those are my two priorities, and I love those two rides. So those are the first ones I'm going to try and ride. Do it again? Okay, you're good. It is 8:51 and I just finished on Slinky, so the park hasn't opened yet because it opens at 9. So I'm gonna go see how long Toy Story Mania is, and I will probably hop in that. But from the time that we started getting into the line and started moving for Slinky, it took 27 minutes. So much better than an hour to 2 hour long line for Slinky in the middle of the hot day. So let's go see how long Toy Story Mania is. It's just a short walk over here. Seeing some people get in the line here, so. It says a 5-minute wait, so let's go head into that. Alright, I just finished on Toy Story Mania. It is really hard to shoot with that game with one hand while filming. That is very hard. Just want you to be on the record for that. That is very hard to do. I am going to head to Tower. It is about 9:10, so the park is open now. But I am heading to Tower of Terror. It says it is a 20-minute wait. Which isn't honestly that bad for Tower, but let's see if it grows by the time I get there.
You are about to discover what lies beyond the fifth dimension, beyond the deepest, darkest corner of the imagination.
Alright, I just got off of Tower of Terror, so I am now going to start heading to Star Tours. I know I said I don't love Star Wars, but I do like Star Tours. It is a very fun ride. So that is where I am heading. Let's say I have about 15 minutes before the first hour of the park day, aka the main part of rope drop, is done. So I'm hoping maybe to get through Star Tours twice, because as I said, I really like that ride. So I'm gonna go ahead and ride that. It had a 5-minute wait. Let's see, there was one other thing I was gonna tell you. Oh, Tower of Terror was basically a walk-on. I basically walked right into the pre-show, of which, if you don't know, so any ride that has a pre-show, it counts as the ride wait time. Once you hit the pre-show and you're in the pre-show, your timer has stopped for when they say your time for when you get in line. So their 25-minute time was off because I had went up 5 minutes from when I walked over there from Toy Story Land. So, I mean, that's just a thing to know also. Wait times in the morning are not always going to be accurate. They're guessing. They're guessing how long it's going to be when that next person gets in line. And sometimes, most of the time, you get very, very lucky, and it is a lot shorter than what it is saying. Now, this isn't always, but normally it is a lot shorter. But I am on the way to Star Tours. I am by Vacation Fun at the moment, so I will see you in there. But something to note, I cannot film Star Tours. So I will check back in after the first ride through, and then I will most likely ride again, and that will be the end of our rope drop. So let's head onto the ride. All right, I just got done on Star Tours. So you know how I just said that sometimes you get lucky and the ride wait time is shorter than what it is posted? This was not one of those times. This time it took longer. It took around 15 minutes till we got boarded, which isn't that much longer, it's 10 minutes. But that means I won't be able to ride it again for rope drop. So that means rope drop is over. Thank you for spending your time with me. I had a lot of fun. Hollywood Studios has 9 rides, and we rode Slinky, Toy Story Mania, Tower of Terror, and Star Tours. So for an hour and a half, 4 rides, I don't think that's too bad. You have the rest of the day to hit the rest of the 5 rides. So I hope this is something that you can use on your Hollywood Studios day. There are so many different ways to rope drop this park. You could start with Rise, Slinky, do some of the smaller rides and get all the medium and smaller rides out of the way, so then you only have the few that you can grab lightning lanes for, or if you want to just wait in one longer line. There are so many different ways to rope drop this park. So if you want to see more, let us know in the comments below. Thank you for hanging out with me. Again, I'm Cheyenne from Mom and Me and Disney. I'll hope to see you again soon. Like and subscribe.